Hey, good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I want to do a quick Black financial report. Today is election day. Today is the day that the country decides which direction we're going to go collectively. I don't really care who you're going to vote for. I just want to see you win no matter who's in the White House. And so I thought that the best way I can help you guys today is to give you some insights on how a Joe Biden win will impact the stock market. A lot of people believe that there is a high likelihood that not only Joe Biden will win and you're going to see a transition of leadership, but also there may be a Democratic Party sweep. There are some people who predict more than a 50% chance that the Democrats won't just win the White House, but they'll keep the House of Representatives and also take over the Senate, which would be huge in the world of investing. Now, most of you are investors. I want to get started by, first of all, asking you to put your hashtag B1 in the chat. Hashtag B1 means that we're Black first. So no matter who wins, one way or the other, we're going to be Black first. We're building our community first. We want our people to win first. And I want you to win no matter who's in the White House. So put your hashtag B1 in the chat if you agree with that sentiment. Hashtag B1, not just B1, put a hashtag B1. Use that hashtag so we can have these important conversations. Number two, give me a yes or no if you are already invested in the stock market. I hope that most of you are investors. I really want Black financial intelligence to be the greatest in the world. That's our Project 2070 in the Black Business School. Project 2070 is where we believe that Black people can be the most economically sophisticated group of people on the planet by the year 2070. So I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about your kids and your grandkids. So, but you are the seed. You are the alpha. Your grandchild will be the omega, and then beyond. So let's keep going. Let's jump into this. All right. So here's the deal. The thing about a Democratic Party win is that you're gonna see a shift. And in the election, if there's uncertainty about who the president is, that's going to be a big problem. The stock market does not like uncertainty. The stock market is allergic to uncertainty. So any uncertainty is going to probably cause a dip in your stocks because nobody's going to know what's going on. So as the election goes on, as you start seeing, lawsuits being filed, probably by the Trump team, because all the polls are just saying that the Biden camp is going to win and that the Democrats might even actually take back the Senate. I don't know what to believe, because the mainstream media is saying one thing, but I don't trust the mainstream media. I don't know about you guys, but either way though, you can benefit regardless, right? So the benefit of the Trump side is that you kind of know what you're going to get, right? You have lower capital gains taxes. You kind of know that the tech companies, the mega tech companies that have monopolies, are not going to be messed with by Congress too much, or by the Senate anyway. You kind of know that the next 4 years will probably be a lot like the previous 4 years, right? Which, if you're an investor, you made money in the last 4 years. That's just the honest to God truth. However you feel about the other stuff, that's really secondary. But with the Biden presidency, here are a few things that are going to change. One, you're going to see a definite increase in taxes for those of you who are investors, not just for wealthy people. Those who make over $400,000 a year will pay more in taxes, but who cares? I mean, if you're not in that category, then it's not a big deal. Some of you may be in that category, but you'll still be rich, right? So if you're making $1 million a year, you're still going to be rich no matter what the tax rate is. But capital gains taxes will go up, which will impact not just those of you who are already making lots of money, but also those of you who are investing, because capital gains tax rates being low affects you in a couple of ways. One, it means that when you make money on your investments, you are paying lower taxes than if you were making that money on regular income. That's a good thing. Good for you. The other way capital gains taxes affect you is that if you own growth stocks that are investing heavily, well, these companies won't have as much incentive to invest. So that's going to slow down their growth, which is going to reduce their stock prices. So ultimately, a lot of these small, heavy duty tech companies that are just moving fast. I don't know, maybe a Tesla, even though Tesla's not small, but Tesla is what I would consider to be a large growth company, because they're not, their goal isn't really to make a profit. Their goal is to grow. They want to grow and expand. I can't imagine companies like that taking a hit, at least initially, right? But it's not the end of the world. That's just what it is. The other thing that you might find is, if the Democrats do a sweep, then they're probably going to enforce some of these antitrust laws a little bit more effectively than the Republicans will. I actually think that's a good thing. I feel like the tech companies have gotten away with being monopolies for a long time. Twitter is going to be in trouble. Facebook is going to be in trouble. Amazon is going to be in trouble, right? Alphabet, the parent company of Google, is going to be in trouble. So, if there is a blue sweep, chances are, that's going to really fire up people like Elizabeth Warren, who's going to, who, if you ask her opinion, she probably feels, actually, as I do, that these tech companies have way too much power. And what she's probably going to want to do, and people like her, is they're going to want to regulate tech companies like a monopoly. Excuse me, like not monopoly, excuse me, like utilities. They're gonna, like the telephone company or the radio airwaves, etc., because they play such a big part in media now. Facebook is probably the biggest media company in the world right now. And YouTube and stuff like that. So, that's going to affect these companies. It's going to affect your life. It's also going to affect the stocks a little bit. Actual or maybe a lot, right? So just kind of keep your eye out for that. You're going to see a lot of chickens coming home to roost. I think that if the Democrats are running everything, you're going to see them holding hearings and all kinds of stuff. And these hearings, unlike the hearings right now, which are just kind of for show, I can see these hearings actually leading to actual action if Congress is able to get things done. The other area where a blue wave is going to affect the economy, affect the stock market, is you're almost certain to get a gigantic stimulus package. If the Democrats are running, the House, the Senate, and the White House, I can't imagine them not engaging in a massive amount of fiscal spending, infrastructure spending. Remember, this can benefit you as an investor because if you own, cyclical stocks, a lot of cyclical companies are going to do better because of the additional spending. So I personally I own a lot of those stocks. I personally think a blue wave could be massive. I think that I think that in general, like maybe in the auto industry or anything associated with green energy is probably going to blow up. So if the Democrats take over, you're going to see an immediate reaction from the market. It may be a dip because let's just be honest. The Democrats are not as good for investors and wealthy people as the Republicans are, but they're not all bad. I think that some of their moves will actually be good for the country because I'm a believer that we do need to increase tax rates a little bit. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I think the biggest immediate factor right now this morning, your stocks probably went up because the market index has increased, but don't hold on to that. I mean, if this election turns out to be half as ghetto as I think it's going to be, um, you're gonna see some market volatility out of this world. I cannot imagine. I cannot imagine Donald Trump allowing Joe Biden to win and not going out, without a massive fight. If you study Donald Trump's history, he's a fighter. His father sent him to military school at 13 to teach him how to fight, people, and he loved military school. Like he didn't go to military school and get homesick and wish he was back at home. He loved military school. He loved fighting, and even back then he was kind of a prick, and so Trump is going to fight. Just mark my words. He's going to fight. And when he fights, it's going to create chaos and volatility, not just in the country, but also in the financial markets. Now, that volatility, that's a bad thing, I think, for investors. I think that's the fact, just the last 4 years, watching him tweet things that move the markets by billions of dollars, that's kind of unnerving, right? If you're an investor. Now, for me, it wasn't so bad because I learned to study his behavior and I learned how to position my assets so that I could benefit whenever he issued his next tweet. But really, the one benefit for a Biden presidency is that Biden is seen, and he probably is the more stable candidate in terms of being more predictable. You're going to see trade agreements kind of stabilize. You won't see as many tariffs. You won't see him threatening to like blow North Korea off the face of the earth. So that is something that I think is actually good for investors because I told you the stock market likes stability. It doesn't like instability and chaos. But one interesting thing, though, is that there is a positive connection between risk and reward. So sometimes chaos can actually be beneficial because because when there's that crazy volatility, I told you guys that's when smart, calm, cool people who don't get carried away with the emotion are actually able to make their most money, because everybody gets scared and they run away and they sell their stocks cheap, and you can swoop in and buy that stuff at a low price. So keep your head on straight. Don't get overly emotional about this. Just understand that no matter who gets in the White House, they're all kind of playing on the same side. They're all, fundamentally driven by capitalism, which, I don't care what you think about capitalism, but I assume that you want to feed your kids. So my goal is to give you what you need in order to feed your kids. Now, one company that I just always love, somebody's at, let's see, KG Moore is asking about what stocks are y'all buying. I like Amazon a lot. I just like Amazon because it's stable and they just seem to always win. They know how to pivot properly. They're going to adjust to whatever regime's in power. I think that Microsoft didn't get the economic rewards it deserved for a stellar earnings report. Microsoft made a ton of money. They did a straight Pablo Escobar on the markets, and their stock price didn't jump as much as I thought it would. So that kind of surprised me. So anyway, do me a favor, guys. Please hit the thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button, share, and subscribe button if you haven't done it yet. And just know the blackfinancialchannel.com. I do daily financial news and commentary from a Black perspective. You can follow the Black Financial Channel on Instagram by looking up the Black Financial Channel. And also, you can get text notifications from me on a regular basis by texting the word "voice" to 31996. Just text the word "voice" to 31996. And make sure you follow the Black Financial Channel. Some of you who maybe are new to stock market investing, I want every Black person to be a stock market investor. So give me a yes in the chat if you are investing. Give me a yes or no if you're already investing, yes or no. If you haven't started investing yet, or if you just want free information from the Black Business School, you can go to firstshareofstock.com. Firstshareofstock.com. We have taught over 1 million Black people how to invest in the stock market. And as a finance PhD and a college professor, I know how significant this is. You may not know how heavy this is, but this is almost like a vaccine against white supremacy. Wealth building is a vaccine against white supremacy. And so the same way they're issuing vaccines for COVID, this is my vaccine to keep your kids out of the struggle and to keep them out of all the pressures and the stressors that come from the racism that comes from having to work for somebody every day who hates you. So if you're not sure how to invest, or you want Black Business School support, this doesn't cost you a penny to go to this website. It's right there, firstshareofstock.com. So feel free to show up and get your vaccination for your kids. Get them ready for the future, because no matter what world you live in, no matter who gets elected, the money is always going to matter. Your kids are always going to need money, and so that's just what it is. So anyway, guys, I gotta go. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will come back later on today, and we're going to do some election conversations. We're actually going to go live on drboycetv.com tonight about 5 o'clock, and I'm going to bring in all kinds of Black experts. We're going to have all Black election coverage, where I know that you guys care about what's going on right now, and you'd like insights from Black people, not mainstream media, not CNN, not MSNBC, not Fox. We're doing all Black election coverage, where I'm bringing in people some that are Democrats, some are Republican, some are independent, some don't give a shit. We're going to bring in all different kinds of Black people who know a lot of different things about a lot of things, and they can give you kind of a broad perspective. So feel free to hang out with us tonight if you want to. So take care, Angel and Osiris and Shark Life and Prince Mallory and SR4 and Star Sandboy and everybody else. Love you guys. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Be good. Peace.